Hey YouTube, no setup or pack down stuff tonight because we're already out, it's already dark and I really didn't want to hang about. I'm really eager to get out tonight, really wanted baits in the water. Fingers crossed for that Christmas coddy. Sorry about, I know I normally say about, you know, I don't want to not disclose marks and things like that. The reason, it was a bit of a joke really, a bit of an inside joke. Whenever I announce where I'm going, like I normally would, the cod seem to bugger off, and I know this place has fished well constantly, and we're just down the north wall by Grimsby docks. We're not on Immingham Wall, we're on Cleethorpes Wall, but I mean if you were to walk another probably mile and a half that way, you probably would be on Immingham Wall, or the start of, as the crow flies. It's really not far at all. So I'm already up and out on both rods, same setup as I was using on Immingham Wall, pulley pennel rigs. I have redone them slightly to be slightly shorter snoods, even shorter than I was using the other day. I think overall length is sort of arm's length including hook length, so I've gone really short, maybe too short, but we'll see. And I'm straight out, no messing, and we're out. So let's see what tonight brings, eh? I'll see you in a sec. Let's see if we can actually get enough light on this situation. Give me a sec, guys. How's that? That should be all right. Right, so I just thought, because I'm going to sit down, I'm going to take it steady today. Let's have a slurp. I just thought I would show how I'm baiting up, and you guys can go, oh, that's why you're not catching cod, because your bait's crap. Besides which, I need to get them ready because it is time to check these rods. They've both been shaking since they went in, but one has had a couple of not hard knocks, but certainly something having a sniff. So just using the bait mate, I've got two of them out. I've got my match one out and the medium one out, because one's on bigger baits than the other. It's a bit long actually. This weather needs to make its mind up. Give me a sec. I've just realised I'm not using my microphones either, so apologies, there's going to be a bit of wind noise. I'll put them on in a minute. It's actually my fault, not a technical fault this time. So all I'm doing is squid and carp wraps. So get a bit of cart, turn my head torch on here because my hand's getting in the way. Take this bit of shell out. Bit of cart wing on there like that, trying to mirror sort of the size of the squid, although I do kind of want the squid to wrap it around, but this is just a piece of squid I've got left. Sort of hook is in there, wrap it up as tight as you like. A lot of people are going to say, oh, you should tie your elastic in a knot. I don't have a problem with it coming undone, to be fair. I really don't. Just make sure you don't catch your hook point with your bait elastic, otherwise you won't catch anything, because the fish will feel it on the lips and they'll let go of your bait. There you go, pull it off. That one's come off a bit squishy, but I couldn't find the ice block, so the cart is a little bit softer than ideal. Wrap it round, back through. That's one ready. Let's get another lead. ready. So just on pulley pennels, nothing fancy. Pulley bead, bait on bottom. Both hooks sitting nice and proud. That's one ready. And then the other rig, like I say, slightly smaller. Slightly smaller hooks. With a 1/0 bottom hook and a 1/0 circle hook for the top. The squid one. Crab. Just keep that insulated a little bit. Get the squid out. Pull the wings off, just makes it a bit more aerodynamic. I don't go in for peeling all this skin off. I don't believe it makes a great deal of difference. Don't bother them in wild, so why would it bother them elsewhere? All this. I'm going to cut the hood in half. Slightly biased, but hood. Now, it shouldn't really matter on this, but just to show you, take this gun there, put it in there, just get a piece of cart ready. That's ready. What we'll do with this one. You just lost it again? No. Because I'll put the hook line through the middle this time. So we've got the squid. And we'll pop the cart on top of that. Just push that down a little bit. Messy stuff this, make sure you've got towels with you. A good first few wraps. That's what you're trying to prevent from happening. There we go. What you done?
Okay, we're going to cut this top off, please.
It's all mush. It's all mush. Yeah, it's what happens when your cart starts to defrost. It just turns to absolute mush. Like I said, I couldn't find the ice blocks. That sounded like it were in front of me, that. Literally sounded like it was about 10 foot in front of me. Both my rods are bouncing now. It's alright, they're coming in anyway. Alright. Are you getting this bouncy like me then? Wow. 2, 3. Through the back end. There we go. That one's not got much cart in it. That wasn't a good example, really. Right. I'll turn you back off. I'll get mic'd up. I'll get fresh baiting water. Yeah, bring plenty of towels, keep one dirty so you can get the majority of it off, otherwise it ends up all over your rod and reel, and that ends up slick and slimy and slippery, which you don't want. Oh, that's happy. Job done. Right, I'll get mic'd up and I'll come back. These are what?
These rigs that I've got here
Yeah.
are the ones that I got bought last year.
Right. YouTube, you should be able to hear me a bit better now. Let's have a look, see if there's anything on these. I really don't think there is. Oh, actually, there's just one more thing I need to set up. Where's me little rig holder? There it is. So I'm telling you, I'm in business tonight. Right, this one's been out longest, so let's wind it in. Let's clear some space, just in case. Nah, nothing. It's coming straight in, that is. Got my hopes up initially because as soon as I raised it up, it tugged back, but it's coming straight in now. Well, good news is it's not chewed, so all that noise is not crabs. Bad news is there's no fish on it. So, this is why we've got multiple rigs ready. Ow. We are a bit early off the mark, so I'm not concerned that we're not getting signs of anything early doors. Yeah. Come out other side at camera. Oh, I let go of that far too early. I let go of it far too early. I mean, it'll stay out, but it was near enough straight up and down, I think. Let that settle a sec and see which side it wants to be. I think it wants to stay this side. It does indeed. And just for the sake of continuity, and because I like to do everything in pairs, it could be, we'll find out in a moment. This won't be far out, this one, so I think you'd be seeing more than that by now if it were me. Oh, that's gone heavy. Nah, not on this. Hey? Nah. No fish, but not munched, so happy-ish. Happy-ish. So at least we know there's no crabs at the moment. Now, I'm not going to go on Facebook tonight, because if I go on Facebook and all fish have moved down to the wall, I'm going to jump off the wall. Normally I like to check the catch reports and stuff like that, but I don't want to know. Ow, for God's sake. I never used to hook myself. I never used to hook myself. And recently, I just impale myself every time. I'm not using a smaller hook, I want a big fish. You want to get through the things that are evidently still fucking here. Bloody things. Well, yeah, but at this point, just to get off the mark, anything will do. That, yeah. Can tell I'm out of practice casting here. I just launched that into the sand. Yeah. Don't think there's any cart left in it now. That's better. Much happier with that. Tell you what, it travels a fair way before it settles, doesn't it? That's maybe why the cod are here. Maybe it's a bit deeper than it used to be. I think I want them this way around. Can't quite tell. Yeah. Make sure that's tight. It is. Right, make up some more bait. Where are my bait snips? Oh, they're in my box, aren't they? My bait box. So look, there's my rubbish and a rubbish bag. Practice what you preach. I might need to nick some squid off you. I thought there were more in that bag that I brought, but there really isn't. I'll get your bag back when I next go for some. Right, what one's this? Small hook. Small hook. That's a bit excessively small. Oh, what are you watching? Do you just cast? No. Oh, sounded like something just went thump right in front of me. Again. Let's get you up rod tips, eh? I don't know if there might actually be enough light to do a time lapse for you guys. There might be, actually, looking at that. Turn my head torch off. And what about if I turn that off? Nah, you can't really see much, can you? Anyway, let's make up some more baits. The headphones might have to go on tonight. I'm feeling a bit of music. There we go, that's what I want. That's more the size I want for these little hooks. Yeah, it's nice and sheltered down here, so even if it is a bit chilly, I'm not too sure. I didn't even look at the weather forecast for tonight. I was coming regardless. It was one of them. It's personal now between me and Cod. But yeah, there's a lot of tide noise on them tonight. Although, I mean, it's been a lot of months since I was last down here. In fact, I think it was summer when I was last down here. So I've completely forgotten what it fishes like. But it's once again, like the Immingham Wall, this primarily fishes on the ebb. That is my understanding. And we're just up the other end is where I had my first ever codling, and it was, I mean, it was a fish stick of a codling. It was tiny. I think it's on film, but it was absolutely tiny. But it was a codling nonetheless. So it went on the species as caught. But there we go. Right, I'm going to turn everything off for a bit, guys. I'm going to do an on and off job tonight. No real time lapses to speak of, unless the moon makes an appearance and we get some extra light. It's not worth it. I ain't brought the big lights, so I'm going to tidy up my mark a little bit, have a brew, tidy up my camera bag, put the rain cover on it, and I'll see you in a bit. Hey up guys, thought I'd give you a quick situational report. Nothing. Not a sniff. I just messaged Mr. Baker, who's down there with his family, a bit further up on the wall here, and he's had not even so much as a sniff or a bite, and we've had the same here, nothing. So then I thought, Mr. Marshall, Terry Marshall's on the wall at Immingham. There's also a couple of other fellas on the wall. I'll drop them a message in a bit. Although we'll get a catch report from those guys. And Mr. Terry says, nah. He says he's had a couple of knocks, but nothing doing. No takers. I think they've all gone home for Christmas. In fact, Mr. Begbie was out this morning. I'll message him, see how he went on. I think he were over, well, I know he were over other side at pond. I'll message him in a bit. See how he fared. I've got that song stuck in my head for days. It's doing my... And I don't know why I've had it stuck in my head, but I have. And it needs to leave. I think I'm going to end up putting my headphones on just to get it out my head. And then a bit. Yeah, rods are dead calm. There's nothing to write home about yet. Ow. Every time. Pardon you. Although in saying that, might be something going on there. Although we do also seem to be getting quite a bit of wind noise, which is always... It's always hard to gauge the wind when you're on this mark, because up here on the wall you're pretty sheltered from it. So, you know, just sort of 10 feet in front of you, it can be whipping up a fair amount of wind and you just don't notice it when you're up here. Yeah, it does seem to be. Every time there's a slight breeze up here. Oh, have I just cut through the hook line? Yes. Never mind. Tie it back on. Be a little bit shorter, but it'll be fine. This is going to taste lovely when I try to wet the line, isn't it? I have got some fresh line. Could just tie a new hook length. But I'm only going to lose a couple of inches, and that's, I think, should be alright. But yeah, nothing. No movement. Dead quiet. But lovely night. It's not cold. A little bit drizzly. It's not cold. Don't want to put my mouth round this. That's what she said. Got no choice. Yeah. Yeah. Horrible. Dee-lee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. I need a new knife. It's about as sharp as a spoon. Oh, need another cart wing out as well. Get another wing out. Oh. As I say, I think I'm on my third one, but I'm not. I'm only on my second. I might have to slow down on bait changes. These wings, I'll be honest, I'm not going to say where they're from, but they're a little bit on the small side. Yeah, you'll have to hang on. It's in... Oh, I think it's in my box actually, you can get it. Can't remember if it's in my pocket or in my box. I think it's in my box. Has your lamp run out, has it? Go, that's a bit. You got it?
No.
Is it in my side tray?
Sorry?
Is it inside tray?
No. Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Alright, don't worry about it.
I'm up and out and baited.
Eh?
I'm up, out and rebaited, so.
Okay.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec. There it is. Okay. Right. So resent, rebaited. We're about half an hour from high tide. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I want a cod. I don't care whether it's a keeper, I just want a cod. Can't be too much to ask for, can it? Can't be too much to ask for. I'll talk to you in a bit. As well, are you? Yeah. Well, oh, come here.
Oh, no, I think that's the top, I think.
Oh, come here, you. This one's a fighter. It's not a blank. Stay. Calm yourself down, will you? Come on, let go of it. There we go. There we go. Ow! Fucking hooking myself again. I don't know if you could see any of that, guys. Let me just quickly turn this light on and get this fish back. As you can see, quite a feisty little beggar. Or it was until it just jumped off my hands. No. Yeah. It's just committed Eric Kerry, I think. Yeah, so this one will go home for a fish cake. This one will go in cold box and it'll go home. Yeah, it's gone limp, so I shan't throw it back. It'll go home and go in freezer until it gets more friends. And we'll have some fish cakes, but it's not a blank. It's not a blank. Oh, no. I put it on wall and it just started flipping about again. We'll put it back. Are you done for, Guy? Let's have a look at your gills, see if your gills have gone brown. Oh, gills are still nice and pink. What do you reckon? Hey? Nah, you're done. You're done. You'll go. You're done. Let's put you out your misery. Every time I say you're done, and then you start bloody back flipping. No, let's put you back, because every time I say you're done, you start bloody flipping about again, so let's put you back. Yeah, well, it's not a blank. It's not a fucking blank. So there is fish out there. Might not be the coddy we're after, but it's a start. I'm off the mark. I'm off the mark. It's what we like to see. A little whiting, but a fish is a fish.
Fish is a fish is a fish.
Yeah, a fish is a fish. So I'll get back out. And we did actually. We saw that, to be fair, didn't we? I saw that, and it was but I left it out there, and it's gone back, and it swam off. So happy days, a nice release, and it's back with its friends. And we'll recast. That didn't go very far at all, but it can stay there. We'll see if there's anything close in. It has got small hooks on, so close in is not necessarily a bad thing for that rod. That's fresh baits. I'll make some more up. But it's not a blank. It's not a cod, but it's not a blank.
Cod family though.
Is it the cod family?
Yeah. Yeah, if you ever look at markings on them.
Well, yeah. Same fin orientation, they just haven't got the beard, haven't they?
That's right. Happy days, man, happy days.
So yeah. And Alf's just dropped one. But we don't count drop ones.
No.
They don't count, unfortunately.
When I do get a bite though, it's going to be a cod.
And you get a cod, I'm having a Christmas dinner.
Really give me water.
Right, get these other rigs ready. It's not a blank. Happy days. I'll see you in a bit. God, I'm wet through, I didn't realise. I was just going to say, you can probably tell from backdrop we've moved, but you can't see it backdrop, can you? It's pitch black. Yeah, we have. We've moved down to sort of, if you know the mark, right down to end where gates are. Just for the last hour. Just to see, because where we were, to be perfectly honest, it was a bad choice on my part. We should have either stayed up by Brian Plant or come to here in the first place. Largely because where we were fishing, you're that confined. You're all right in whiting and flatty season because you don't want to be that far out. But if, like we are today, I've just realised, let me just check the microphones are connected. Yeah, they are. Like we are today, if you're after cod, you need a little bit of range. Which, when you've got a 15-foot rod and a fence that's 10 foot behind you, is very difficult to achieve. So for the last hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe slightly over an hour, we'll see while the tide holds. We've just moved down to the bottom end, down by the gates. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. We'll have to wait and see. So far, still only that one thing landed. Oh, maybe. That might have been a little tappy tap. Yeah, so far only the one thing landed. I think that's just wind noise actually. But we moved down. I'm going to have another brew. Did you crack off, did you? I'll speak to Alf in a minute. He's just had a bit of a nightmare. I need to get some more baits ready because I've just sent fresh bait. So I'll get some more baits ready. Have a cuppa. I'm going to let these soak for a little bit longer than normal. One of them's a particularly big bait. The other one's actually got quite a lot of cart stuffed in it. So we're running out of time. So I'm going to do one big Mama Jamma bait, which is going to be, that wasn't wind noise, which is going to be, I'm going to have a look through my squid bag and try and get a medium-ish sized squid and fill it with cart. Whip it on and launch it and see what happens. Can't quite tell. But yeah, I thought I'd have a chat because I mean we've been fishing for a good hour and a half, and I've not turned camera on, so there's not a great deal you can see. It's very dark down here. The moon has come out, but it's not giving us that much light. So yeah, I'll be honest, I decided not really to turn the camera on for each and every cast. It's silly. You've seen me baiting up, you've seen me rigs, you've seen a fish. Could end up in a short video, but I'm sure that won't disappoint. Still, fingers crossed for something decent to end the session on, eh? I'll see you in a bit. Why are you saying? No, I'm talking to the camera. Hey dear guys. Well, it's been a long, hard slog this session. I'm on my last cast, and one of the rods just had a couple of very little rattles on it. So I'm hoping I can end the session with a fish, but it's certainly not what I was looking for. It's certainly not the codling I was hoping for. Yeah, it's still moving, but it's only tiny movements. So it's either a flatty or a ting or somewhat small. Possibly the lead bouncing, but I don't think it was. But we're almost out of water now, so I'm going to have to bring them in. It's going to be hard enough to get the fish back, if there is a fish on there. So I'll tell you what, we'll bring them in together, and if there's nothing on, I'll send me tatty byes and my Merry Christmases and all that good stuff. So let me bring rods in. I don't know how much of it you'll be able to see because it's very dark down here, but I'll bring them in. We'll start with the one that I don't think has got anything on. The one that's seen no action. I've still to break the new rod curse on this since I've started using the other tip. So we'll start with this one, and then we'll bring the other one in. I should have put you on that tip just in case it rattles again. Hang on, because I've got a fair bit of winding to do on this one. Since we came down here, I've really banged them out. Oh, nah, nothing on this. Nothing on this one. Sailing in it is. And I've snagged, oh no, there we go. I think I hit the weed at the bottom of the wall there. No, I'm still not on shock leader. There we go, there goes the shot leader. And I'm in. I'm in with spectacular style. Right, let's have a look at the one that there could be a fish on. In fact, just remove the tension off this. Oh! Well, that's one way to break a new rod curse, isn't it? Break the rod. Yeah. It's fine, it's its first drop. It's got at least another 3. He says, hopefully. Right, this one, like I said, has had a couple of rattles on it. And it seems like actually it's swimming back to the left. So fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to reel it in. If there's something on it, I'm going to have to move off to the left where there's still a bit of water. At least I think there's still a bit of water. Oh, it's heavy. There we go, that's released. Nah, can't feel anything. So there was a good couple of knocks on it, but I say good couple of knocks, no, they weren't good at all. A couple of little rattles. Oh. But clearly developed into nothing. Oh no, maybe. It does keep pulling back ever so slightly. Oh, there's the weed again. Well, if there was something on it, I think I've just shot it off. Nah, nothing on it. So we're not ending the session with the last fish, unfortunately. But nevertheless, it's been nice to be out. There we go. Rightio. Put these on here, we'll sort them out in a sec. Bait don't look touched, to be fair. But there was definitely some fishy rattles on it. But hey ho. Session's over. It's time to go home. Well, I say go home. I've actually got to go do the Christmas food shopping now, or some Christmas food shopping. So I ain't going home just yet. But yeah, right. Let me, I'll get tidied up and I'll get off home. So guys, tight lines. Stay safe. That is probably the last video now until the new year. I'm saying that, I don't know when I'm actually going to get a chance to edit this and put it out. I've still got one rendering now as I speak, or it's probably finished, but I've got one to upload, another one to edit, and then this one. So it's looking like this one's going to be sort of in the bank holiday break when it comes out, and then maybe I can tell there's no water, it's full of sand now. I dragged it across the sand. Yeah, this will be out as soon as I can get it out, and then, like I said, likelihood is any new fishing tricks, because just had a look at the tides. I was thinking maybe I can get a sneaky one in, because I'm not back at work now until the Tuesday after Christmas. But looking at the tide's quite small. If I can get out, it's just going to be a quick one to the wall, probably down the woods end. And that's if I can persuade the missus to let me out. I've been out 4 times in the last, 7 days. So we'll have to wait and see. But stay safe, tight lines. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope you get all the fishy wishes that you want. Fishy wishes. Alf says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, in case that microphone didn't pick it up. And oh yeah, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That's what I'm supposed to do, innit? I'll see you later.